Now, Storm Watch 12 weather with meteorologist Josh Culbreth.
Welcome back to News Watch 12 midday, and we are tracking a lot of active and wintry weather this midday, specifically down in Siskiyou County. So we're going to take a look at some of these roadway conditions right now. Lots of snow that is falling as snow levels are anywhere between 3,000 and 4,500 feet, kind of fluctuating across the board. But here at Black Butte Pass, a very snowy scene this midday, and it's even worse at Snowman Summit. I'm going to step off the screen here because I don't know if it is actually okay. This is going to speak to how snowy it is at Snowman Summit. I had to step off the screen to make sure that this camera is still working. It is, but it's just whiteout conditions that we're seeing on California 89. So chains, definitely a must, at least for Snowman Summit. It's kind of at your own discretion for Black Butte Pass, but just know in Fondell, that's 10 miles to the north of Redding in California, there are screenings for chains on Interstate 5 as you're headed north. So lots to take in regards to the travel for Siskiyou County. And we're going to have more snow falling in Siskiyou County throughout the next several hours. So we'll put this into motion with Stormcast. And see by the time we get to dinner time, more and more rounds of rain and snow. It does look like coverage starts to wane a little bit as we head into the overnight hours, but here comes that next storm system into the mid-morning on Wednesday. That will arrive once again from the south and from the west, and this will continue to spread northward. And so we'll stop this right around lunchtime, right around dinner time. You can see just widespread rain and snow. And then this little round on the back edge of all that, by the time we get to late on Wednesday and early on Thursday, is definitely going to pack a punch. So we're worried about that in terms of flooding potential along the coast, but primarily as it pertains to wind gusts along the coast. Back to the rainfall though, we are expecting loads and loads and loads of rain in the Mount Shasta City area, upwards of 3 inches, and that would be through Wednesday night. So we're going to have additional rain falling on Thursday and then beyond that. So this is just a brief little look at the window over the next 48 hours, but just know this isn't going to be the complete picture. Snow levels today are going to top out around 4,500 feet, falling to around 3,500 feet overnight, but then back up to 4,500 feet on Wednesday. So pretty consistent over the next, I'd say, 36 hours. But then once we get to Thursday with that, again, that storm system that packs a little bit more of a punch, a little bit more oomph. The reason it's going to do that in part is because we'll have some warmer air filtering in, so snow levels are going to rise up to around 6,000 feet. So all that to say, expecting some very big impacts from the snow before snow levels finally raise on Thursday. So these are those projected snowfall totals through Wednesday night. 4 to 6 inches we're expecting for Mount Shasta City, but the Black Butte Pass Snowman Summit will receive even more snow than they already have. Maybe just trace amounts for Klamath Falls and Lakeview, but a whole lot of snow we're expecting for Diamond Lake and Crater Lake. So winter weather advisories, winter storm watches in place ahead of these myriad of storm systems we'll have over the next 48 hours for Siskiyou County. Travel is obviously going to be really impacted over the next couple of days before snow levels finally raise up Thursday going into Friday. So for today, wet, windy, wintry, bad travel, especially for some of our passes. And then for tonight, we will continue to see the wet weather until overnight we get that little break, especially for the wee hours of the morning into Wednesday, but then we are tracking another high impact weather system for late Wednesday into early on Thursday, like you saw in Stormcast, and the main concern with that one is going to be for those wind gusts during that time frame. So here's your 7-day forecast for the coast. Wet and windy over the next 7 days, and a wintry over the next couple of days for Siskiyou County. Then those snow levels finally rising on Thursday, and we will see some improved roadway conditions after that. For the east side, we'll also track the same thing. Snow for the next couple of days, and then rain after that. And then for the Cascades and Siskiyous, the same thing. Snow, then a rain, and that rain will likely contribute to the snowpack melting just a bit, but it's above average, so we have some room to work with. And then for the Rogue Valley, pretty wet and also pretty windy over the next 7 days.
Okay, something new and different for us today.
Yeah,
getting a little sick of it. I mean, at least hopefully we'll see some improvements when it comes to our drought monitor on Thursday, so I'm sure that that will be encouraging and it'll all be worth it at that point.
You would think, but I thought that last week, and then nothing. It stayed the same. So if it stays the same, maybe the snap will happen then.
It's going to be just the end of it for you. There's going to be no more Josh Culbreth.
Yes.
Okay, well, hopefully that's not the case.
We'll see.
Yeah,
Jury's
okay,
still out.
to be determined.
Yeah,
Thank you, Josh.
of course.